Meeting, meaning of meeting. Okay, why meetings are done. Company being an artificial person, the company is an artificial person. It is not a living person, it is not a natural person. So the company cannot act on its own. So the company can express its will only through the resolution passed at its meeting. If there is any will of the company, then it will express that will through the resolutions which are passed at the meetings of the company. Okay, so therefore the meetings are done. The definition of meeting: any gathering, assembly, or coming together of two or more persons, okay, for transaction of any lawful business. Whenever two or more persons, they gather or they assemble or they come together, for what purpose? For transacting any lawful business, okay, for doing any lawful business, for doing any lawful activity. Okay, in that condition, that gathering, assembly, or coming together is known as meeting. What are lawful business? Lawful business are when the board of directors do normal business of administering the company affairs. Okay, the normal business of administration of the company affairs done by board of directors, it is lawful business. The members transacting business in general meeting. Okay, whatever the activities are done by the members in the general meeting, it comes under lawful business. So these are lawful business. And whenever two or more persons gather, assemble, or come together for lawful business, okay, for transacting lawful business, it is called meeting. This was definition of meeting. We have seen that it requires two or more persons to constitute a meeting. Then the question comes, can there be a one person meeting, a one man meeting? The answer is, there are some situations in which there can be one man meeting also. When the tribunal call a meeting under section 97 or 98, it may direct that one member present in person or by proxy shall constitute a valid meeting. Okay, a tribunal may call a meeting under 97 or section 98. In that meeting, the tribunal can say that if a single person is present in person or by proxy, it will constitute a valid meeting, it will be taken as a valid meeting. And another situation is if the share capital is divided into different class of shares and a single person holds shares of a particular class. In class meeting of that class of shares, presence of that person alone is valid meeting. There are different classes of shares like equity shares, preference shares. Okay, suppose all the preference shares are held by a single person, the single person holds all the shares. So if there is a meeting of this class of shares of the preference shares, then the presence of this single person only, it will constitute a meeting. Okay, so this is how a one man meeting can be done. Kinds of meetings: there are two broad categories. Okay, one is general meeting and another is class meeting. General meeting is common meeting and class meeting is for the meeting of any particular class of persons. Okay, like we have seen the meeting of preference shares. Okay, the meeting of shareholders who are having preference shares, this class of persons. So let's first see what is general meeting, then we will see class meeting. General meeting: any meeting in which all those members who have right to vote are entitled to attend. Okay, all those members who are having the right to vote and they are entitled to attend that meeting, that meeting is called a general meeting. Okay, the resolutions passed here are binding on all members and the company itself. Okay, the resolution passed in a general meeting, it is binding on all the members and the company. The general meeting may be of two kinds: annual general meeting and extraordinary general meeting. Annual general meeting is held annually for common or special business, and extraordinary general meeting happens if there is any extraordinary circumstances or an emergency in which we cannot wait for the annual general meeting. In that condition, extraordinary general meeting happens. Now let's first see what is annual general meeting, then we will see extraordinary general meeting. Annual general meeting: every company, public or private, has to hold periodical general meeting annually. Okay, every company, whether it's public company or a private company, it has to hold a general meeting annually. The purpose of this annual general meeting is to transact routine ordinary business. Its purpose is to transact routine ordinary business, ordinary activities. Section 96 clause 1 says every company except 1% company must hold annual general meeting each year. Okay, except 1% company, the person company is not bound to have annual general meeting. Except this 1% company, every company has to hold an annual general meeting each year. Okay, and must specify that the meeting is annual general meeting in notices calling it. When the notices are sent to the members to attend the meeting, it has to be mentioned in the notice that this meeting is a annual general meeting. There are two kinds of businesses which can be transacted at annual general meeting, two kind of activities which can be done at annual general meeting. These are ordinary business, ordinary activities, and special activities. What are special ordinary activities which are done at annual general meeting? Ordinary business are consideration of accounts, balance sheets, reports, okay, declaration of dividends, the director's appointment, the director's reappointment, the auditor's appointment and their reappointment. These are ordinary business. Okay, and what are special businesses which can be done at annual general meeting? All other business transacted at annual general meeting. Okay, all other business other than these, other than the ordinary business, if there is any business, any activity which is other than the ordinary activity, ordinary business, then it is known as special business. And every business transacted at any other annual meeting. Okay, if there is any other annual meeting other than the annual general meeting, and any business which happen in that meeting, it is also known as special business. Special notice of nature of matter in question to be given to all persons entitled to attend. Okay, special notice to be should be given that the matter is special matter. Okay, it is not an ordinary matter. It should be given to all the persons who are entitled to attend the meeting. No such mention is in notice for ordinary business. When there is ordinary business, there is no such notice. There is no such special notice. We have seen annual general meeting and its two type of business, ordinary and special business. Now we will see extraordinary general meeting. Section 100 provides for calling of extraordinary general meeting. The section 100 provides for its calling. All general meeting other than statutory and annual general meeting are called extraordinary general meeting. Okay, any general meeting which is not a statutory general meeting or an annual general meeting is known as extraordinary general meeting. The statutory general meeting, they were mentioned in 1956 Act of Companies Act. Okay, but they were omitted, they were removed from the Companies Act 2013. Now they are no more. Now there are only two types of general meeting, extraordinary and annual general meeting. So when our extraordinary general meeting happen, whenever some special or urgent business is there which cannot be awaited till the next annual general meeting, whenever there is any special or urgent business and we cannot wait for the next annual general meeting, in that condition the extraordinary general meeting can be called. The board of directors may call that meeting, or it can be called on requisition of specified numbers of members. Either the board of directors will call their extraordinary meeting, or if there is any specified number of members, like there is any minimum number of members, they say that we want the extraordinary general meeting. In that condition also, on their request, the extraordinary general meeting can be called. So these were general meeting, and now we will see class meeting. The articles may provide for it. Okay, the articles may provide that a class meeting can be done in the company. The meeting held by shareholders of a particular class, example preference shares, for matters affecting their interests. The purpose is to affect changes which alter, vary, or affect the rights of that particular class. Suppose there is a particular class like preference shares, this class of shares. Okay, the shareholders of this class can call their own general meeting only for those members who have the preference shares. Okay, for what purpose? If they have to make any changes which affect the rights of the of the members of this particular class. Okay, they can call the class meeting. This class meeting only for the members of this class of shares. This is called class meeting. What are the requisites of a valid meeting? That it should be convened properly. Okay, it should be called properly. There should be proper notice by the proper authority, and to the notice should be to every person who is entitled to attend. So it should be convened properly. It should be constituted properly. Okay, the minimum requirement of the number of members. Okay, all this should be complied properly. The proper person must chair it. There must be proper person must be the chairman. Quorum rule must be observed, like the minimum number of members required in the meeting, it should be observed. The provisions of act and articles duly complied. The provisions regarding the constitution of the meeting, okay, in the act, the provisions of the companies act and the provisions of the articles regarding the constitution of the company of the meeting, they should be duly complied, duly observed. And the conducting of the meeting should be conducted properly. The business should be validly transacted in the manner provided by the Act, Articles of Association, and General Law. Okay, the meeting should be conducted in a proper way, in according to the manner which is prescribed in the Companies Act, the Articles of Association, and General Law. So these were the requisites of valid meeting. In meeting, we have seen the meaning, the definition of meeting. Then we have seen the types of meeting, like there are general meetings and there are class meeting. In general meeting, we have seen annual general meeting, AGM, and extraordinary general meeting. In annual general meeting, we have seen ordinary business and special business. At last, we have seen the requisites of a valid meeting. So this was all about meeting. If you want the PDF of these notes for revision purposes, you can get the download link from the description box or the comment box. If you are interested, you can get it from there. Next, we will see what are resolution in the next video.